Hey, Facebook. Hey, YouTube. How are you guys tonight? Thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Makita Moore, and you are tuned in to the Art of Transparency Talk Show. I got some amazing guests tonight, as I always do. These two ladies are on our 2021 Art of Transparency tour. For the month of December, January, and some of February, we'll have all of our tour speakers on, just so you can kind of meet them and see who they are, with a face, with a name. So I got two ladies tonight that is absolutely amazing, as I always say. I got Yoli Cox and Kiesha Williams. I'm going to bring them on now. Hey, ladies.
Hi. How you doing?
Oh my gosh. I'm excited. It's January. It's 2021. It is
Right.
almost tour time. So I am excited. I am excited. I am excited. When you do anything great, there's a little bit of nervousness, just a little bit, but I'm excited. Above all of it. So we're gonna jump right in. I want you ladies to tell them who you are, and what do you do. So Yoli, we're gonna start with you because I think I've known you forever, it seems like. So tell us, who are you and what do you do?
Well, so my name is Yoli Cox, Coach Yoli Cox, and I am a transformation catalyst with the Let It Out brands. And my whole purpose for being on this earth is to help corporatepreneurs just like me, along with other busy women, get off the gimmick train and get a health and wellness plan that fits their real life. That is my whole purpose. I didn't know it was calling me until I got into it. And I'm sure we'll probably talk about the story along the way. But my whole desire is really to inspire people to action so that they have a health and wellness plan that truly fits a real life. We ain't talking about that random, let me diet here and let me eat a little bit here. No, we're talking about real life stuff. So yeah, that's what I do, and I absolutely love the fact that I am in this industry so very much.
Wow. I struggle a lot with health and wellness and diet versus lifestyle. That is like a struggle for me. I love to cook. I love to eat. I do eat less than I cook because I'll cook and not eat what I cooked. But I do have my go-to foods, right?
Yeah.
Like my stress foods, I don't feel like this type food, right? Like fried chicken is my favorite, and I don't just like fried chicken, right? I like fried chicken with stuff on it. And when I say stuff, it could be mild sauce, it could be gravy, it could be it's gotta be.
You want honey barbecue, you want all of the condiments that you can find to make it even more appealing, right? Guess what?
I need all of that.
You really aren't by yourself. I talk to people all the time that like these same things. It's not like I didn't grow up eating it. Of course I did. I grew up on the west side of Chicago. You know, it was a kind of a food desert. I got Southern parents. So we ate stuff. I get it. I absolutely understand. But as I started to get older and I started to realize that this was not going to be the life I needed to live if I was going to live, I started to make a lot of those things different. So changing my lifestyle came into play when I realized I needed to be healthier to do what I do best.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna get on the stage and be walking around and pumping people up and getting them to an action that makes a difference in their life, I gotta have the energy to do it. And that's why I changed my lifestyle. And that is one of the biggest reasons that I help others do it too.
Wow. So you're gonna help me. We have this conversation often. We have this conversation often.
You said one post you made, you said, I'm making some salmon and I'm gonna stuff it and I'm gonna do this. I was like, Aaron, here's what you're gonna make. You're gonna grill the salmon. He was like, oh no, who put on this post?
Yeah, it was, and everybody, because again, Facebook is one of those things, right? And you make these posts like, I want to lose weight, I want to do this, and I want to do that, and then the very next day you're like, yeah, and I'm gonna make some fried
Yeah,
chicken and some
I see.
macaroni, and they're like, wait a minute, that don't.
But and again, that's okay. It's
Yeah.
about balance, right? It's really about balance. I still like to eat things too, but I just don't eat it like that all the time. And I change the way I view food. My relationship with food is different. So
Mm.
that is why I'm able to lead this healthy lifestyle and have a health and wellness plan in place. Just like you got an insurance plan, right? Then they come out and meet you and they swab your mouth and make sure you got all of the things together. You got to treat yourself the same way. Yes, I'm all about that.
Wow. Kiesha, hop on in here. Tell us who you are and what do you
Honey, let me
do?
tell you something. I need to get with Yoli because the way I eat is non-existent. I need to get some of that nutritious plan she got going on over there so I can live a little longer. Um, well, me, I would describe myself as a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody.
Now, come on
Um,
then.
I come from a very challenging background, and I'm one of those people that believe that old saying that we say, "What happens in your house stays in your house." I honestly believe that is the damage of our entire generations, because
Absolutely.
if we are closed mouth, we can't get the help that we need. So
Hmm.
I believe God has put me on this place in this season of my life to help people speak their truth, help them to understand that they are not here by themselves and that they can make it on the experiences and the circumstances of other people so that they can get the help that they need.
I love it.
Absolutely. I think I guess that's why, not I guess, but I really and truly believe that is the birth of AOT, right? Because I
Mhm.
know that my story is not my story. Um, just kind of real quick, something that recently happened to me. So I've been telling my business coach, like I am going to talk about something that I've never talked about this year, and I really had to experience that thing. Like really experience it. And I thought it was about to take me out of here. I was like, oh my, I don't want to, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to, but I know now that I needed to really experience it. Like right now, like don't talk about the past stuff, right? Because that may be out of date a little bit for me, right? So I had to re-experience some stuff, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I don't even want to talk about it no more." Right? Like we're not even going to talk about it on the tour. I'm done with it. But I know that it wasn't even for me. I know that it was to kind of go back and pull somebody with me and tell them about it and tell them how this, how I've experienced this, whatever that feels like. I don't really want to talk about it here because this is you gotta say something for the
It's
tour.
too
Gotta
late
say
now.
something
You
for the
know we
tour.
want to know.
But when you experience it all over again, you like, did I not
Yes.
learn the lesson, or is this something that I need
Yeah.
to take with me? Is this lesson, or
Mhm.
so I get that, and I think that's the whole reason AOT is here. Um, it's crazy, and you have a not-for-profit organization, correct,
I
Keisha?
do. It is called Empowering You to Move, and it is geared around the ages of 16 and 24 for homeless and at risk of being homeless individuals to help them get a safe community, learn job readiness programs, life skills, parenting skills. I believe that age group is like our forgotten generation, but they are the generation that is in need of so much help. They go through so much. And when I think back of what I went through between those ages and
Mm-hmm.
just the help that I needed and the guidance that I needed at that time wasn't available. So we do all of this through behavior modification, giving them a place to just come in and rest, kick your feet up. If you want to talk, that's fine. If you don't want to talk, you ain't got to talk, but just be in our atmosphere so that we can give you or there could be some benefits to what's going on in your life. And knowing that you are going to have some successes, but just as you're going to have those successes, you're going to have some shortcomings in what
Yeah.
to do when those things come.
Wow.
Mhm.
I absolutely love that. We're gonna get Yoli to St. Louis so she can give him some meditation and exercise tips.
Yes,
Because I'm telling
yes,
y'all,
yes.
Yoli be on, she be on live, and I just be looking at them exercises, and I'm like, I got maybe two of them in me. I got
Right,
about
right.
one of them.
One on the good side. Yeah.
I got, oh, I could do that maybe like 4 times, and then I'll try to do it, and I'm like, yep, I got two of them.
See, I gotta get y'all to spend a little more time with me because I will tell you, everyone that gets with me the very first time, I always get the I can't do. I don't know if this is for me. Yoli, this is a little bit, you're carrying me too far. I get that all the time. And then before so one time particular, this was like really good. She says, okay, well, I can't do push-ups. I've never done a sit-up before, and I'm not a runner. And I also have these injuries. I was like, okay, all right, no problem. By the end of the first session, she did 100 sit-ups. She
Oh
also
wow.
completed 50 push-ups, and we ran a mile. So there's really nothing that you see, you shaking your head. There's really nothing you cannot do. Oh, you're gonna take a sip and everything, right? You
Because
can.
I was just like, you was like, she did 100. I could go with 20. Like, ooh, that's.
But she did that. But it's not a matter of let's do it all at once. The whole
Right,
idea
Right.
of anything, right? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right?
one
So
bite at a time.
we got 10 over here and 5 over here. Then we come back 10 or 15 minutes later after doing something, we do 10 more. But by the time that hour was over, and we looked down at the numbers, she said, I can't believe I actually did this. So it starts with the belief, right? It's that system that has to be in place, the belief in self. And that's what I start to
Mm.
work on with your mind, with your
Yes.
heart, with your soul. It's not about doing it all. I couldn't do all of these things at one point in time either. I had to work up to it. I was sitting in front of the doctor's office, in front of the doctor when she said, I'm gonna put you on blood pressure medicine, diabetes medicine, cholesterol
Yeah,
medicine. She gave me
yeah.
that whole list. I went through all of those things just like other people have. So I understand the frustration that comes along with it, but I also know what's on the other side. And that's why I know I'm ready for whoever comes my way.
Because I can see me now, like, yeah, Yoli, I can't do that.
You can
Yeah,
though. You can.
because I can feel my knees, like, girl, we 43, we're not 13.
No, absolutely. I'm 45. Let's say less. Uh-huh. Come on now. You got nothing here. You got
You
nothing.
should see me right now. I'm swinging my legs like, are not fair. It, I can just, and it's always that excuse, right? It's always an excuse about you. I can't. Oh, I don't have time. I'm tired now. I can't get up that early, or it's
Oh yeah.
always going to be an excuse. And I've learned that with excuses, there's no growth.
No,
With
absolutely not.
excuses, there is nothing that you can come back and say, well, I did it anyway. I did it, even though I didn't feel, I did it anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm learning. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And I definitely this health of mine. I gotta do something with the health issues, because if not, I'm gonna be 50 and like I don't know what to do, like real stiff. I
I'm
definitely
here.
don't want to do that.
I'm here. I'm on the whole tour platform. So it's definitely no excuse.
Nah.
Hey everybody, hey everybody. So those that just tuned in, you are tuned in to the Art of Transparency Talk Show. Evelyn, we see you. How you doing? We see you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. I have Kiesha Williams and Yoli Cox with me tonight, and we having candid conversations about who we are and what we do. This has been an amazing journey thus far, because some of you, well, actually, Keisha started with me in 2019, And she was on 2019's platform. Yoli has been with me since 2020, and we all know what 20 did. But for me, let's just be honest, 2020 didn't take me out, right? 2020 made me sit down, reevaluate,
Yeah.
restructure, reposition myself. And I feel truly like I came out better. I came out on top. I really and truly feel that way. Yeah, we had a pandemic, or we're going through a pandemic. Yes, we were completely shut down, all of that. But I really and truly feel like God shut the whole world down so his daughter Makita could catch up, right?
Mhm.
And realize some of her gifts and talents that she wasn't using. Some of the things that she needed to be doing, but she didn't. So I don't really have a horror story for 2020. I just don't. Um, so with that being said, what in 2020 did you feel like you just kind of I'm gonna leave that there, because for me, I left procrastination. Like, yeah, you can stay right on here with 2020. You can
Mhm.
stay here. Um, so what is it that you feel like you left in 2020, no matter how small or big it is? What did you leave?
You know what? And I wrote something down after talking to this. It's so valid right now, and I think it might bless somebody else. The ability to, oh God, where is that quote at? Exceeding my limitation because of a false expectation.
Mm.
Okay, show's over. Thank you for tuning in.
Girl, send that to me.
Rob.
The fact that a portion of my story in 2017 with a lot of the loss that I experienced, loss of job, house loss, divorce, dad passed away. I'm trying to build this brick and mortar business that stripped every bit of my money. When I tell you gone, money gone, all of it gone. Waking up one morning, you like zero. What you
Nothing.
you sure that's a zero? All of it gone, right? So then I started to replace it with more work to do. Let me find something else to accomplish. Let me find something.
Yeah.
I call it the accomplishment
Yeah.
syndrome. Let me find something else to make me feel proud of myself. Let me do something else. So now I got
Yeah.
all this work to do that I put on my own shoulders. I have
Yeah.
exceeded my limitation because of a false expectation that I'm not making my dad proud. What? He was already proud. He was already proud of me. But I'm piling on more and more stuff because I'm thinking I'm not doing what I need to do to move forward. That's gone. I'm not doing that no more. It's when I did a live the other day. That's in when your no is no and your yes is yes, you need to stand on top of that and be for real. And I'm all over that. When I tell people no, this
Oh, that part.
I'm not playing with myself either. No more. No more of it. No is
I
no.
posted today too, Yoli. I was talking to one of my friends, that actually my business manager. I was talking to him last night, and we always have these profound 2, 3 o'clock in the morning conversations, right? They start out with talking about the business and what we're gonna do and what we need to do and all of this good stuff. And it ends up talking about like personal, like it ends up talking about life, not even personal, but
Yeah.
life. And he said something. He was like, the things that you want, if you want a yes with the things that you want, the things that you don't want just have to be no. You can't you can't straddle that fence, Makita. And I was
Yeah.
like, I was sleepy by this time. I was like, whatever. I ain't trying to hear. Look, I'm sleepy. Can I go? Are we done? Because I'm sleepy.
Yeah, you didn't want to hear it. I know I didn't either.
But this morning when I woke up, I was like, my no needs to be
No,
anything that ain't what I really want has to be a no.
it
In
does.
order to get my yes, I have to, everything else got to be a no. Everything. I want to do this tour. So that means, Makita, you can't spend every weekend kicking it and lounging around because you got to get prepared for the third weekend of every month. So that has to be your no so that you can get to your yes. So it didn't hit me literally until this morning. Like your no has to be no because you want this yes. You want a yes. So what does that yes look like?
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm definitely with you, Yoli. Keisha, what are you taking? What did you leave in
Man.
2020? I know we got a lot of stuff we left. I promise you, I know, because I left a whole
Man.
lot of misery, and I left a whole lot.
People.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what? 2020 to me was a proving ground. It
Mhm.
was God proving himself to be God in the midst
And
of
him all alone.
everything. And that no matter what happened or had happened or was going to happen, he was still there.
Hmm.
I learned that I am enough and that
Hmm.
I'm mightier than what I thought I was.
Absolutely.
2020, I was finishing up my book, and so God was taking me through this healing process. And He didn't just heal me from the things that I was going through at that particular time, He healed me from the roots of the thing that caused the things that I was going through at that particular time, so that I wouldn't keep
Yeah.
returning to those same cycles. He also taught me that other people's emergency is not my urgency. I
Mm-hmm.
would always
Don't
jump
make
up and
your
try to help
lack of
people.
planning my priority. Don't make yeah. Don't make your
Right,
lack of
right,
that ain't got nothing to do
right.
with
Like
me.
I don't have
Yeah.
anything to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I'm disabled and I've been disabled for a couple of years. So people just kind of automatically assume that I don't have anything to do. Well, the
Yeah.
devil is a lie. I have a whole, I think I do more now than I did when I was in corporate America. Hallelujah. Because
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
can't sit still.
Yeah.
And it's just like people don't understand that I am making myself a priority.
Good.
And you have to do that because, first of all, God made us a priority. And if we
Yeah.
don't take what He said as truth, then
Hmm.
we're doing ourselves an injustice. So
Mm-hmm.
in my 2020, it was a lot of restoring, a lot of renewing, a lot of revival, just me and God, because I can't go out there in that world and mess with COVID and them. But
COVID, your sisters, your cousin, your brother,
yeah,
your
none of
mama.
them. I can't mess with none of them. So
Yeah.
it was just a lot of alone time with me putting my face to the wall and saying,
Yeah.
God, what is it that I need to do within me so
Mm-hmm.
that I don't repeat the same cycles and then get free and then
Yeah.
don't go back.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of that, when I'm free, how do I draw all men
Yeah.
Mhm.
to let them to understand that, to help them to understand that no matter what it is, big, small, ugly, whatever, because we do have some ugly
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, God still got us.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're still worthy. And we are mightier than what we think we are because we're still here.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't
Absolutely.
die in those things.
Absolutely.
So 2020 was good to me.
It,
Me.
it truly, I think I'm happy for 2020. I can remember
Yes.
again, I say this all the time. In 2019, everybody, not just me, it was so many of us like, oh my God, 2020 is gonna bring this 2020 vision
Mhm.
about.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole you got 2020 vision. And to be honest, it did just what it was supposed to do.
Absolutely.
20
Yes.
brought 2020 vision. I promise you, and it's not being negative, but it showed you who your friends were. It showed you who was in your corner.
Come
It showed
on.
you who wasn't. It showed you how much that's in you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because for the first time, a lot of us had to sit with ourselves.
Yes.
Period. We had to sit with us. Like,
Yeah.
can't go outside. You get bored. Okay, I'm just gonna go outside. I'm
Mm.
gonna go, movies, whatever, go eat. You couldn't
Mhm.
do you couldn't even go
Nothing.
to the mall and
No.
No.
walk around or shop or any of those. Like you had to sit with you one on one and just kind of figure out who you were and what you was about and
Yes.
what was happening. So 2020 did give you 2020 vision, right? If you don't know nothing else, you should know who you are. For 20
Hmm.
right now, you should at least know who you are. So we got some comments. I want to get to the comments. Marquita Rogers, as we know, she is one of the 2021 speakers. Hey, Marquita. Um, y'all look beautiful. Thank you, boo.
Thank you.
Evelyn just agreed. Evelyn, we love you too. There go Coach. Hey. Marquita, 2020 was a learning experience. Absolutely, it
Yes.
was.
Mhm.
Yes.
Um, Marquita says the tour was made amazing, and it was. It really was, and it will be. I feel like he shut it down for me too. He did. God shut the world down. Like it was like, you know what? Go sit down. Cause y'all doing too much. Y'all saying too much. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
believing in too many different
Yeah.
elements that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Like, yeah, go sit down. Um, and then Evelyn says you was talking to her when you was talking, Yoli. And then how y'all come? Let me tell you, I'm so focused right here, I can't even see. And then y'all talking to us, y'all taking us through it tonight. Dana said, come on, Kiesha, yes. That's it right there.
Yeah.
God, what? I love the comments. Keep them coming. It was perfect time for me to find me.
I love that.
Absolutely,
I love
absolutely. And I didn't like I restructured AOT, and I'm not even ashamed to say it. Like we were operating on one person, right? We were operating on me.
it.
You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? And I have taken AOT as far as me, just me, to take us. And I hired people, and I was like, okay, you handle this, and you handle that. And at first, it was like, well, I don't want to relinquish my baby. I don't want to. I don't want to give that to you. But then it became, hey, did you see the like? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have that too. Like, did you kind of say, you know what, I'm gonna handle this part, and I'm gonna let God or whatever handle that? Did you all have
Yeah.
that?
Oh
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah.
some parts of your life, like, you know what, I'm gonna take my hands off of that. What would tell me about that? What was that like to just kind of relinquish that stronghold?
So I will just the idea of 2020, and I do a vision board every single year. You know
Mhm.
this. You're actually joining me for the next one that's coming up. I'm excited about it
I
too.
can't wait.
And I stand on it so strongly because on my vision board I had all these things I was going to do. I'm going right. I'm going to London to speak. I want to be an international speaker. I'm doing all this stuff, and then COVID hit, and it's like, well, now what do I do?
Right.
Still on the vision board, international speaker. So now I'm on a platform talking to people in Finland. I don't even know how to explain to my mama where Finland is because she keeps asking me over and over, where exactly is that? You know, it is what it is. I can show up, but she don't get it. I mean, the woman 84, she's smart as a whip, but the whole Finland idea was not there.
Right.
So that part is checked off. Some other things on there was checked off. It wasn't checked off like I thought it was going to be, but it was
Yeah.
checked off like
Right.
God
Right.
said it was going to be checked off. So the vision board, putting those plans and planning for what it is that you want, that in 2020 showed me to let all of it go. This
Yeah.
don't belong to me. My gifts don't belong to me. My
Mhm.
skill set doesn't belong to me. And as
Mhm.
long as I keep it in his hands and stop trying to do everything, I'm gonna be less stressed.
I'm gonna go behind this thing back here in a
Look,
minute.
here, let me tell you something. He's gonna send me to people that's gonna do some of the work that I've been sitting up hours trying. I'm trying to do a website
Yes.
for hours on end. I don't know how to do no website. Let me hire somebody to do that.
Yeah.
God, like, quit playing. Here goes some money so you can get this
Yeah.
done. Because I'm tired of listening to you complaining. Is really what he said. When it came to things like trying to write books and covers and trying to put that together, here, let me send you some more money because I know
So you get that done too.
but hear me on this. When you have it out there and God knows that your effort is there, because he ain't gonna bless you sitting in the pew, right? He blessed the workers when they
Just
work,
doing like, what you doing? You're just gonna sit
right?
there?
Right.
Okay.
So that's when the resources start to come. Every time I look up, some more money was coming in for me to get other things done with. And I will never forget, my partner says, well, you know, money attracts money. I was like, well, if that's not a blow your mind business principle, I don't know what is. When he said that to me, it completely blew my mind because
Absolutely.
that's how God works. So when I
Absolutely.
started to allow Ty, who is on our who was on our tour, when I
Uh-huh.
started to allow her to do some of the things that took me all night to do.
I call Ty in the heartbeat like, hey,
Let's
I'm
let's rest
tired.
on my end. Let's
You know,
rest.
she is the Art of Transparency marketing coordinator.
Yes.
But she's our, you know what I'm saying, for some of us that don't really know what all goes into marketing, she does our graphics. She is the behind the scenes person. She makes sure the AOT NFP page is running, the website is running. And I'll go put something up and she say, no ma'am, we not
See
take
what I
that
mean?
picture that look like your grandma got her house shoes on. Take that down.
But that is what hiring a team
Yeah,
does for you.
yeah,
It takes the stress off of you and allows you to do the thing that you do best. This
yeah.
is what I do best. I talk to people. I can put your health and wellness plan together. I can strategize with you, even in your business area. I can do those things. That's what I do. I'm not the graphics girl. I'm not the landing page girl. I'm none of those things. And God allows me to get those things done so I can focus on what he told me to do, which is inspire the people.
Wow, I'm with you. So we got a few more comments, and then Kiesha, you tell us about you. It was perfect time for me to. Okay, Nicole, hey Nicole. She says, Yoli, you about to have me come to this computer. You better preach. Come on, yes, honey. And Evelyn said, I was about to say the same thing. Absolutely. And then, you know, Anthony always got his punching bags. I call them punching bags, but they supposed to be strong things. I don't know nothing about these emojis.
Emojis.
These emojis, me and these emojis do not get along. So Kiesha, tell us your spiel. What is it that you know? What part of this was for you? What part of it?
You know what? I was always one of them people where I got to, do it all. Like Yoli was saying, we got them superwoman mentality. Like, I'm gonna do this. I got to do this because if I let somebody else do it, then they're not gonna do it the same way that I need it to be done because they can't. They don't quite understand what I'm thinking about or what my vision or what my mission is for this particular thing. So, what God had to show me was whatever vision and mission that he placed in me, he's going to give me the ability to show the other person what needs to be done. And if they don't get it, then they don't need to be around you. Um,
Absolutely.
my
Because the
thing, my
real people
pastor
that he
always,
sees, they gonna get it and they gonna run with it
they're
because they
gonna,
gonna
they're
know
gonna run with it.
exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna run with it. One thing my
Mm-hmm.
pastor has always said is that he is the oh my God, let me see if I can get it right. He is the manager of gifts when it
Mm.
comes to
Absolutely.
us. So he doesn't stifle our growth. He gives us something. He lets that growth inside us mature and nurture by giving us things in our skill sets in what
Absolutely.
our gifting is. So if we allow the people around us just to be holding on to our coattails and not allowing them to grow and mature around, what
Mm-hmm.
does that say for us?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What kind of
Mm-hmm.
teachers are
Mm-hmm.
we? So one thing God allowed me to do is those things I can't do. It's okay to say I can't do it. It does not show me any weaker. It doesn't show me, any less than. I just can't do it. Whether it be
Mm-hmm.
time, whether it be my intelligence, my health, whatever it is, you're not meant to do everything by yourself.
Everything.
We're not an
Mm-hmm.
island. We not an
Mm-hmm.
octopus where we got all these different arms. Even though we wear a lot of hats, we still don't have all these different arms, and we can't be omnipresent. That's only God's job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he taught me in the midst of all of my downtime was trust the people that I surround you with.
Yep. There you
Wow.
go.
You
Wow.
gotta trust the people, and if you can't trust the people, trust the God in the people that they're
Yeah.
not going to falter because there's no failure in God because we all trusting in God.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to
Mm-hmm.
surround yourself with those kind of people. So it allowed me to not work as hard when I was, when I had flare ups or when I was in and out the hospital or having bad days because I was able to put out a plan and
Yeah.
allow my board to assist me.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to do that, we were able to, service families for Christmas. All I had to do was put it out there on the book And baby, that board came together. I was like, y'all go ahead then. Shoot,
I
y'all
like
can do
I've
that.
experienced that.
Hey, I was like, well, come on, Jesus. So
Yeah.
it's those little things that even when I was first beginning to do it, it was still like I was so scared. I was so anxious because I was like, oh man, I don't know if they can do it the way I want it to be done. But then
Oh.
God had to remind me of who He is because everything
Mhm.
that He tells me to do, I'm not able to do it the way He wants it to be done. I'm
Yeah.
gonna mess up. He allows me a platform to get it together or learn of him so that I can get it together. So we
yeah.
have to also allow that for other people. And once I
Absolutely.
understood that, I was like, man, look, what else can y'all do? Shoot, let me
That
start
right
opening my
there.
mouth and saying that we need,
Yeah.
this has to be done, and see what they come up with. And then if they don't, then I just believe that God is going to allow the resources to come so that we don't lack nothing because we trusted Him and we were obedient to what He told us to do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, AOT this year, and I don't say it to brag, I say it because I'm still in disbelief. AOT this year was able to hire people. You know what I'm like? Hire people to
Hmm.
do certain things. That hasn't been able to be done before. Or we'll hire a graphic designer to do a flyer. You know what I'm saying? So we've paid for a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff. But to actually have some people on payroll where this money is allocated to that, or
That's
this money
amazing.
is like that's
That's awesome.
I'm just like, whoa, this is amazing, right? So I get it, but I had to first learn that if I'm gonna put them in the position, if God gave them the position to be in, then I have to trust that they're going to do what they came to do. And
Yeah.
if they don't, then to step in, but
Mm.
don't think that everything should fall on my shoulders just because. That's just not how life works. It's just
No.
that's not how life works. So the comments we have, um, let me go to this one. Evelyn says, "Oh, if they don't get it, they don't need to be around you." Absolutely.
Hmm.
Coach says it's possible for God, absolutely, the universe, etc., to completely bypass what we think because we always think one thing, and it can be something totally different. And then he says, "I am," because I think that's supposed to be am okay with the weaknesses he gave me, as I am with the strength. Oh, I am as okay. See, I need to stop changing his
I
words.
love that.
I am as okay with the weaknesses he gave me as I am with the strength. Absolutely. We all have growing to do, right? And then Rissy just said when you hire, you shouldn't have to micromanage. Defeats the
Yes.
purpose. Absolutely. If I got
Yes.
yes. Oh goodness,
Yeah, I don't
absolutely.
need them then.
Yeah. So I have to honestly say I'm happy that I don't have to micromanage. I don't have to like, did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it? Um this has been one of the greatest years. Even though we couldn't tour, it's still been one of the greatest years. I got to learn my team. I got
Yeah.
to have time with my team to kind of them know me. They learn, because when you're touring, because we talk about this a lot. When you're touring once a month, that once a month becomes forever, right? And I say that because you gone once a month, you get home, you finally unpack this bag, but when
Time
you
to go back
finally unpack
again.
the bag, it's time to pack it again. Then you gone again, and then you come home, and then you with the kids, and it's just a never ending cycle. So this year I got to slow down and learn my team and learn the people on the tour and kind of have talks with them. So I really I'm very grateful for 2020. But the one thing I do want to know is 2021, right? So what is your, I guess, your one word for 2021? Mine is movement. Because move, not even movement. Move. When he say move, just move. No, don't worry about how. Don't worry about when. Don't worry about where. The questions just move. As long as you're moving, I think you're okay. Because I think you're gonna move in the right direction. So, what is your one word that you're taking with you, or bringing with you into 2021? Now that we're here.
Minus expectation. I
Oh,
expect
you gotta unpack that one.
I
Expectation.
Yeah, when I show up, I expect to change the lives of people that I'm in front of. When I get ready to write, I expect those words to inspire someone to move to a different place. I have the expectation that my gift will make room for me because it's what
Yes.
I have been designed to do. That's it.
I
Yeah,
need a
yeah,
plan.
yeah,
I need a
yeah,
plan. I need a
yeah,
plan. Expect
yeah.
and because that's why I said you gotta unpack that for me because I just had another type of conversation, right? And I was like, we put too many expectations on friendships and like
So, and
so.
let me talk about that for a second because
Go ahead. Yes.
you take those things off of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You take
Mm-hmm.
the expectation off of people, and you also take that ceiling of expectation off of
Yes.
yourself that you got to be everything to everybody and that you can do everything. Hear me though, you can do anything, but you don't have to do everything,
Ah,
right?
say
Yes.
it again.
So,
Say it again for the people in the outside of battle. Say it
yeah,
again.
I mean, it is so true. You can do anything, but you
Absolutely.
don't have to do everything. So having the expectation of the thing that you do and do so well that it is going to bless the people that it has been called to, right? The people are being called to the gift. The people are being called to wherever you're going. So I expect that when I get there, I am equipped. I expect
Yep.
when I get there that it's going to be platinum. I expect when I get there that lives will be changed. And that's why my word is expectation. Don't have nothing to do with me. And I got to take me out of the equation. I expect that when I get there, that God is going to show up and use my gifts to serve his people. Period.
Yes.
We
Expectation.
don't win.
I don't know if we should even. I think we should end the show, Keisha. What you think?
Let me tell you something. Cause I mean, that my word was expectation. I've been saying it since last year, and I said I was in the season of expectation because I'm waiting on God. I'm expecting God to blow the mind of His people. He
Mm-hmm.
does everything on time, on
Mhm.
purpose, in purpose, through purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And we as a people have been going through life just surviving, but now is the time to live. So if I had to use a word, I would say live. I want to
Mm.
live in my truth. I want to live in my transparency.
Mm-hmm.
I want to live in my now. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we've been so tied down and held chains to what we were or what we did or who
Yeah.
we were or who we did that we just got into a mode of surviving life. I just got to get past this and I just got to
I just
get
gotta
past
get
that.
past this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Lord, and it's our prayer. Lord, just let me get to this. And God, like,
Yeah.
but what after this? What happens after this?
Come
Come
on, Memphis.
on.
Come
What?
on, Memphis.
Come
What
on.
happens after this? Because once you get past that, if you don't learn anything, you're going to go right back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, God,
Absolutely.
teach me how to live in my now and
Yeah.
accept my now for what it is. Help me to be present and
Right
help me
now.
to be a present to those around me.
Yeah.
Everybody likes a gift. So, how do I
Oh.
become the gift of what they need right now in their situation?
Yeah. There
How
you
do
go.
I speak to what they're going through your word and not it be me? Because I'm nothing. But with you, I can do all things. And Yoli, when you said we can do all things, but we shouldn't do it, or however you just put it, God told me that at the earlier part of 2020 because I was like, baby, I can do all of this and some, and then I can do
Mhm.
this too. And he said, no, no, no,
Ah,
no, hold on, hold
no,
on.
no.
You have the capabilities. You are right. You do have the
Yeah.
capabilities to do a whole bunch of stuff, but it is not feasible for you to try to do it all.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
not. Because if you start doing that, then you're going to get right back into survival mode
You
and
know,
not living.
yeah. The one thing that I think, as I'm listening to you and I'm thinking about 2020, and this word sat on me, it stepped on my toes. I'm probably gonna step on somebody else's when I say it. Just say ouch. Don't get mad at Makita. This is not the out of transparency word.
Just say out and move on.
Just say it and move along. But you disrespect the gifts that you have when you try to
Yeah.
take on everything and you get run down and overwhelmed and you can't do nothing. You being disrespectful to your gift, you being
Jesus.
disrespectful to God, you being
Absolutely.
disrespectful to the people that's waiting on you to get there.
Come on,
But you don't
Yoli.
have the capacity to do anything because you done took on too much on your own.
See, and then you
Oh,
start
yeah, we got
bleeding
some sick.
on people.
Uh,
You
Come
bleed
on.
on people when you do that.
Yeah.
I've been there, done that because I'm trying to
We
be everything to everybody, and then I'm
ain't
bleeding out the
nothing to
side, and I
myself.
don't even know I need a bandage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walking around trying to stitch yourself up as you trying to do the work, and now you got attitude doing the work because you ain't got
Yes.
enough rest.
You don't have enough oomph. Oh my goodness, we got some comments. So Nicole said, I love that you can do anything, but you do not have to do everything. Absolutely, we do not. Nicole also said, I just need to know who I am passing the collection plate to next. Amen. Don't say only over after this.
Yeah.
You hear me? We have the
Mm-hmm.
uh, Adjua.
Adjua. Adjua.
Adjua, come on. Adjua. She said you can be disrespectful to your gifts. Absolutely, we can
Yeah.
if we get this up. She said, I never knew. Uh,
Oh.
don't say
Oh.
ouch. Just say
Yeah.
ouch. Don't get mad. Just say ouch. And I'm going to say ouch. Rissy says balance. You
Yeah.
can't pour from an empty cup. Absolutely, we can't. I'm telling y'all, I don't know how many shows that you guys have seen out there in the Facebook and YouTube world, but they are all on YouTube. All you have to do is go to YouTube, go to our YouTube channel, The Art of Transparency on YouTube. They are all listed there. You can go over to Facebook. They are all listed there. But I promise you, you don't want to miss this tour. We got too many cities for you to say, y'all ain't come see me.
Uh,
I promise you, we gonna come in your vicinity.
Right.
So
Right.
come out and come and enjoy all of this goodness. Because I'm telling you, these speakers, they're speaking from their truth. They're speaking from all that they have been through. It's not just about the bad, right? Because I got some speakers and they didn't, it wasn't all like bad. It wasn't bad, but they still had something that they had to get through. Um, they are going to tell you about that, and they're going to tell you how they made it through and what steps or what techniques or what they used to get them to the other side. I tell people all the time, and I'm going to tell you guys tonight, that the train does not stop and turn around because it goes through a dark tunnel. The train continues to go because they know, or the conductor knows, that it's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Just continue to go. The light is coming. You may not see it, you may not feel it, it's coming. The darkness only lasts for so long. It is coming. But the only way you get there is if you keep going. You have to keep going. And I wanted to say that to somebody that's watching right now. Like, oh my God, they talking great and I'm just not there yet. I get it. We weren't there yet.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a time we weren't there yet. Yet we continue and we continue and we continue. I can tell you, if this had been a week ago, I'm gonna be real transparent right now. If this had been 1 week ago, 1 week ago, I'd have sat here with tears in my eyes because I was hurt. I was down. I wasn't depressed. It wasn't, I didn't go through a depression, but some things happened and I was like, but why me? Right?
Yeah.
And God absolutely said, why not you? I gave you a whole platform. You got people to help heal. I gave you that. So now I gotta make sure you're ready and you're not bleeding on these people.
There you
Can
go.
you get up from this? Can you heal from it? Can you move? Can you keep going? And I was like, okay, God, you're right. And I'm here today with a smile, baby, because you got to keep going because the light is going to come. The
Yeah.
light is coming. but you got to one know that it's coming. It's coming. You got to believe that it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. But it's, it's always dark. Even with the whole world, it's dark outside
Mm,
now. I live in Chicago. It's pitch black out there. But
Yeah.
come
right.
5, 6 a.m., it's gonna be bright out there again.
Yeah.
So I just kind of wanted to share that. It was on my heart to share it because there's somebody listening right now that do not understand how they gonna make it over. I can feel it in my soul. It's somebody listening right now that don't know how. Keep going. That's
Yeah.
how. Keep going. Keep going. Don't give up. Um, so the next comment is, thank you ladies for a wonderful show. Stay blessed. Yes. So in closing, right? Tell us, one, how do we keep in touch with you? Where do we find you? And give us your last words of encouragement.
Oh, okay. So find me on Instagram, Yoli_Cox, Facebook, Yoli Cox, Twitter, Yoli Cox. And I know I stay on brand all the time. Look for something purple and gold. You'll see me there. It is inevitable that I'll be right there. My it in another event that I have coming up, the vision board and planning event for 2021, which will be held on January 31st at 3 p.m. You can find that on my page too. I'm so excited about it. The speakers and everything. Oh my God. So look out for that. My words of encouragement, put a self-care plan in place. No
Mhm.
matter what you do, every single day, find a way to do something for yourself to recharge, to refresh, to move you into a place of peace. It's needed every single day. That's my
Absolutely.
encouragement for you. That's my action item that I want to give to you to think about. Do that for yourself. The people around you will appreciate it just like you will.
And going to get your nails and your feet done is not self care.
Oh,
That is
please.
maintenance.
I mean, I like those things, a nice bath and some lavender. That's one thing. But if you just take a moment just to sit down and have some tea at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Come on, tea time with Makita. But if you do just a little bit of something for yourself, just for
Yeah.
yourself without thinking about anybody else at that moment, it'll do your mind, body, and soul a world of difference.
And that's real.
Mm,
That's so real.
wow. That's
Maintenance and
good.
self care, two separate things.
Yeah.
Let's get
Yeah.
some self care happening. I love self care. I absolutely love self care. Um, for me, I like to kind of have some me time, like when the kids go to bed, and they're 9 and 11, so they're not like babies. But when the house is completely quiet and there's just quiet, I like to just kind of think about me, not
Yeah.
the. I don't want to think about AOT. I don't
There
want to
you
think about
go.
invisible daughter. I don't want to think none of that. I want some me time to just kind of reflect on Makita, just kind of reflect and love on Makita a little bit. So Keisha, what? How can they find you? And
Oh
tell us your
my.
last word, your words of encouragement.
I don't know, man. Yoli got me over here like, ah. Uh,
She has that effect on us
um,
all. She has that effect on us all.
let me see. You can find me on Facebook. I believe it's under Keisha Williams. I also have Empowering You to Move on Facebook and Instagram. On Instagram, instead of Keisha Williams, it says Evidence 77. You can always email me at the evidence of victory at gmail.com. I'm very responsive on all of those channels. So, my last words would be, as you go through life, day to day, moment to moment, minute to minute, embrace your F bombs. Embrace that you're going to have failures. Embrace that you are going to have fatigue. Embrace that those things that you don't have control over are going to happen. It's evident. It's
Mhm.
going to happen. You can just blink and it's there. No matter how good you are and what you do, it doesn't matter. But once you start to embrace those things, it changes your perspective and it gives you the momentum to keep moving forward. Our failures are here to teach us, not to harm us. They only harm us if we dwell on them too long. understand that what happened to you was just that. It happened to you. It is not what or who you are. It's not. It doesn't define you. It's just a moment in time that happened in your life. So embrace who you are. Take that time to say, you know what? That did happen. It hurt. But guess
Yeah.
what? I'm still here. I'm still living. It didn't even, it might have scratched my surface, but yet and still I have enough to go forward. I have enough momentum to keep going through today's lives and challenges. So,
Yes. So Coach brought up a good subject. What are
oh
you ladies
Lord,
Amazon book links and or websites? Absolutely. He always on my toes. Always. Like you.
I forgot
So
all
you want
about
me to
that.
put them in the feed or what?
Yes,
What
put
you
them
want?
in the feed on
Okay.
Facebook. We're
Right.
going to put that in the feed on Facebook so that you guys can click on the link because they are both authors. We all are authors. Um, so absolutely, that is a good one. And Lauren said, embrace that you will have failure. That's good. Absolutely, because there's nothing in life. You
Hmm.
know, we won't, the failures come to teach us either how to do it, properly or how to teach somebody else how to do it. It comes for a
Yeah.
reason. There's always a reason for that. So just remember that failures are not always like, oh my God, I can't go on. No, no, pick up your face
Yeah.
and keep going. Keep going. But I want to thank you, ladies, so very much for taking this time with me. I thank you for saying yes to AOT because that was one of the questions that I always ask that we did not ask tonight. What made you choose AOT? Tell us that, and then we out of here. What
You.
made you choose AOT?
You. I don't have a longer answer than that. It is really about you. I didn't know anything about the platform itself, but I knew that it was a necessity to be connected to you because of your spirit. So, your tribe, right? It attaches to your vibe. And I saw you out there, the conversations that you were having with people across Facebook land. I met you through Facebook. So I
Yeah.
have no other reason to be on this tour except for you. And I'm very thankful.
Oh, love you.
I love you too. I do. Yeah.
Keisha, what made you say yes to AOT?
I'm like Yoli, like I met you via Facebook. So
Yeah.
the what you put out comes back.
Yeah.
Kindred spirits.
Mhm.
And to be able to be in a position where truth is being spoken, transparency is being spoken, healing is taking place. And God was like, it's time for you to get in position. And in being positioned, I need to be in a place, in a location, in an environment where he can use me so for his glory.
Absolutely.
And I believe that this is that place, this is that mission, this is that vision that he has set forth in the world at this time. So, I mean, I just, like I said before, I thank you for being obedient because
Ooh,
you could have said,
yeah.
no, God, I don't want to. You want me to tell all my business, Jesus?
Honey,
No,
I
I
did. What
can't
you
do
mean?
that.
I did.
Right,
Yeah.
I
right.
did.
So, I mean, for you to
I
be as
did.
vulnerable and allowing God to use your
Yeah.
vulnerabilities for his glory is enough for me. It's
Mhm.
enough for me.
So I just want everybody to know I did say no. I absolutely did.
We
I was
all
like,
do.
now you playing too much.
Right. You talking
They
to
gonna
me?
be like
Yeah.
but it got to a point where my no crippled me. My no literally crippled my body. It crippled my
Mm-hmm.
mind. It crippled my emotion. Um, so just for lack of a better term, I had no choice. Not it's not even a lack of that's what it is. I had no choice but to say yes. And if you ask me now though, I wouldn't go back. I
Right.
would never change that yes into a no. I ever, never, ever, ever. Because I know this right here is my true purpose. This right
There you
here
go.
is what I'm supposed to be.
That's like
Um,
that change of your mindset, though. Because I used to have
yeah,
this thing that says, I used to be like, but God, but God. But see, that was me trying to, but why me? But but God, but what about this? And but what about me? And I'm not
You can't
secure.
bargain with God. You
But then
can't get
he
him to
turned
do
it to a but God. But God said,
it. Hmm.
but God is going to get the glory because I am going to do X, Y, and Z what he told me to do. So it's a change in that mindset
Oh
of,
yeah.
yeah, I may not be what I wanted to be when I wanted to do this, but God, you've seen sufficientness in me. You've
yeah,
made me, you've proved me through all of this thing, and you
yeah.
chose me. So why don't I choose you?
Absolutely. Rissy says ALT is a whole movement.
Yeah,
Yes.
it
Getting it done in 2021. Absolutely. Absolutely, we are. So, to you out there, Facebook and YouTube, once again, I want to say thank you for tuning in tonight. This is the Art of Transparency talk show. I am your host, Makita Moore. I had the wonderful and amazing guests, Kiesha Williams and Yoli Cox, with me tonight. I want you guys to share, and share some more. Tell your friends, your families, your foes, your cousins, your uncles, all of your coworkers. Tell them about us. We will be back next week. Let me tell you who we have next week, and we out. I'll be forgetting that this is what I need to do. So next week we have. Let's see who coming next week. I never get this right, y'all. I never get it right. Because I'll be like, such and such coming. They be like, nope, that's the following week, Nikita. So next week is January 17th, right? January 17th, we have Ty Young. She has been part of the conversation tonight. So she
Mm.
finally gets to come on and talk to us. We have Charlotte Hudson. She has been with me, like we have been back and forth through each other's events for years. So Ty Young and Charlotte Hudson is next week. So please tune in, same time, same place. Facebook and YouTube will be live. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being a part of this, Yoli and Kiesha. I absolutely appreciate both of you. Until next time, guys, we're out. Bye
Bye.
bye. Good night.
Bye.